to our first podcast. Today we wanted to introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about our experiences, and hopefully you can get to know us a little bit better. You might see my dog wandering around in the camera, but that's okay. I think that adds to the vibe. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so Danthi, how did we get started?
Well, so we are already working in the ABA field. We mostly work with children with special needs, but we just felt that there is a more need in the market than that. We felt that not just the children need a head start with the skills they need to learn, but also the parents and the tutors. It's just so important that you start at the right direction with the right learning, and then it can lead you so far. And if you don't, then it just takes a long time to kind of unlearn what you have learned before. That's not helpful. So that gave us our name, called HeadStart. And yeah, we just want to really equip and build everyone up, so not just the children, but everyone else who work with the children as well, so everyone is benefiting, really. Okay. So yeah, Naomi, why don't you tell everyone how we met?
Okay, yeah, well, we was doing a master's course at the University of South Wales, which I must say is an excellent ABA course.
It's the best one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And yeah, we just gravitated towards each other, mainly because we were all living elsewhere, so we needed somewhere to stay. So we used to stay over in like a hotel, and we used to chat well into the evenings about ABA and have many laughs and lots of fun. And just generally, we were all very passionate about creating excellence in our field.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've all kind of come to understand. Even though, like you said, we're living in kind of different areas, we all have had the same kind of vision or kind of understanding of what we want to see from an ABA programme, like you said. So that's kind of how we gravitated, and we used to kind of talk about things that we were interested in, and we kind of went off and did our own things. So yeah, that's kind of how we've got together and created HeadStart, because I think we're at roughly around the same level and kind of having the same expectations. Okay, so yeah, sorry.
Shall we talk about which area we are based and what we've been doing before and after we met?
Brilliant, yeah. So I am based in London. I am in South East London, and I see clients mainly in East London at the moment, and I also see clients in the kind of the southeast of the country, so Kent and the kind of surrounding home counties. I started out as an ABA tutor about 2006, and I was working part-time whilst I was studying, doing something completely different. And the family that I worked with, I didn't really know anything about ABA, but the family that I worked with would say, hey, come and do this thing with our son, and it'll be really good. And I could see that he was making amazing progress. I didn't know what I was doing, but I could see he was making progress, and I kind of stuck at it for 5 years with this particular family. And then over time, I thought, actually, I really like this, and I'm not really enjoying my undergrad. So I retrained and ended up working at Treehouse, or Ambitious About Autism, and then went independent. Then did the masters, and then whilst I was doing the masters, I was working for Child Autism UK and worked as a case manager. And I'd kind of got to the point where I was kind of doing ABA for a while, and I thought, okay, this is great, but I do feel like I need to diversify even more, because as everyone will know, that ABA in the UK is quite different. The way that it's in schools, it's not kind of on an insurance system, so a lot of people don't really know about ABA. They're not always accepting of BCBAs coming into schools, so that's partly why I signed up to do speech and language as well at City, so I'm doing that at the moment. And then yeah, the overall idea is that I'll be a BCBA, board certified behaviour analyst, and a speech and language therapist, delivering kind of ABA and speech and language therapy, but mainly ABA. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the vision we have for the company in the next 5 to 10 years, is that we become a multidisciplinary company. So we know that ABA works. It helps children to learn skills and everything, but every therapy has its own kind of realm of intervention, and then if we can have other intervention as well, it will just really help children to have all-round development.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when you're speaking to people, whether they're teachers or other speech and language therapists or occupational therapists, if you kind of got both skill sets, I think it's much easier to kind of get your message across. So yeah, that's the idea. So I'm speech and language. Hopefully Dunphy will do art therapy, and then we need to find something for Naomi to do as well.
Well, I'm currently a mother as well, so
yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Very busy.
So I'm Naomi, and I started ABA in 2005. I was fresh out of university. I saw a job advertisement for an ABA tutor, and I thought, oh, yeah, I'm going to go for that. That looks really cool. It was for an ABA tutor and a senior ABA tutor, and I thought, right, I'm going to apply to the senior role, because I thought I was at that level, coming out of a psychology degree. And then I realised quite quickly that I definitely was not at that level. And I applied for the job and I got it, and it was brilliant. I did that for a year, and I saw these children making such amazing progress. But I thought to myself, I've never worked in an SEN school before, or autism school. I wonder what they are like in comparison. So I went to do that for a year, and I worked in these 2 different schools in Birmingham, and I thought they were pretty good. I thought they were really good, but I didn't see the outcomes as I saw in the ABA programme. So that just fueled my passion to get back into ABA. So I went back into ABA, started working as a tutor again for various companies. I've also worked at an ABA school, the Island Project in the West Midlands, which was fantastic. And then I started another master's in applied psychology, but realised that that wasn't my passion, and I thought, right, I need to go into this ABA masters. So I did that. This is where I met these guys. And then since then I've just worked really hard to become an ABA consultant and a BCBA.
So Naomi, are you covering the Midlands? Is it where you're based?
Yeah, covering the West Midlands, and also Gloucestershire, Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
Cool. And then what about you, Dunphy? What's your...
So for me, I live in southeast London as well. I just moved here recently, so I have lots of space for new clients and new projects. So I started working as an ABA tutor in 2009. So I was doing my undergrad. I was doing art and psychology. So they are basically 2 courses, but I kind of put them together side by side. So I'm qualified to either become an artist or go down the psychology route. So I kind of got into this like a student job. I wanted some experience. I don't just want to work in a cafe and earn pocket money. That's not why I'm in uni. And I think just like everyone else, I found this is really helping the child I was working with. They're making really good progress. And as the longer I work in ABA, I really saw that it is a great career. And it just also is a science. It explains why it works, why everything we do works the way it does. And that's just so important to me, because we can't afford to just try different things out and hope for the best. That's not, I just really don't feel like that's why I'm going to work every day. And so after the Masters, I've done my BCBA exam and passed, so big relief.
Woo.
Yeah, and but looking to the future, I'm really thinking about going to art therapy. That's all thanks to my supervisor. Her name is Esther, so she is a BCBA. She works in ABA, but she is also a drama therapist. And the way she explains to me is ABA equips a child with all the skills they need to learn and express themselves or behave appropriately in society. But what ABA doesn't really teach is what you do with your feelings. And so I felt that if I go into art therapy, I can help children to explore their feelings and know what to do with them. Because sometimes ABA will tell you, oh, okay, if you're angry, go and blow a balloon, and that's that, you don't go and punch someone in the face, but I think there's just so much more in feelings than that. So yeah, I felt that is one of the to-do list.
Yeah, I think that's what you all feel. That I think that ABA is so good for the kind of foundational stuff, the learning to learn type skills, or the readiness skills, as somebody else described to me, which I think is great. But yeah, where we all see ourselves diversifying is trying to then build on that and look at other areas. So like you said with the art stuff, myself with the speech and language, simply because I think it's looking at language in a kind of a different way, and then hopefully Naomi will do something as well.
Perhaps a PhD.
Well, yes.
We have Dr. Hansha.
Yeah.
Dr.
Hansha.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, on the team. So yeah, so that's us. So I think we're going to do lots and lots more podcasts and vlogs and video things in the future. So please consider subscribing. Have a look at our website, which is www.headstartaba.org. And if you have any questions, comments, any concerns, queries, then always email us at info@headstartaba.org. And one of us will get back to you. It's just the three of us at Head Start. We're a small team, but we're very excited, and we can't wait to get out and meet you all and promote ABA, because we love it. Okay, thank you for watching, listening, whatever you're doing. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Bye. Bye.